Good morning, and welcome to another episode of the Woodham Wanderer. Doing something a little bit different today. Been stuck in with work, and it's been a little while since I've been able to get out, so I've taken a couple of days off and going to strike out on quite a long walk. That's a bit better. Right, normally I tend to stick around Crouch Valley, but we're going to head out of the Crouch Valley today, so we're heading north out of South Woodham. We're going to climb up the valley and hopefully down the other side towards the Blackwater near Maldon, and we'll see how the day goes, because it's going to be quite a long one, and I'm pretty out of shape thanks to being stuck at a desk all day. So we're going to see how it goes. I have to call in the cavalry, i.e. my wife, to come pick me up at some point. I'm kitted out for the day, plenty of food, drink, a couple of maps covering the areas. We'll see how it goes. So we're heading north out of town, and going to get to Green Lane trek, known as Charity Lane, which when you follow it to the top intersects with St Peter's Way, which is kind of like a modern pilgrimage route. It starts in Chipping-Ongar and runs east out to St Peter's on the Wall, which is a old church, sort of chapel near Bradwell out on the east coast. I believe it's one of the oldest churches or chapels in the UK, which was built in 654 AD, something like that, mainly out of materials from a Roman fort and settlement that used to be there. It's right out in the arse end of nowhere, and it's quite photogenic. See a lot of people taking pictures of it. I can recommend it as a nice place to have a look. So, as this is going to be such a long one, I won't be filming all of it because it'll be boring. However, what we'll do is we'll try and pick out some of the highlights as we go and see how we get on. So anyway, so bye for now. It's got a good 15-minute, 20-minute walk until we really get to the start of the green stuff, and then yeah, hope you join me back then. See you in a minute. Bye bye. Made it. Just. Here we go. So, it's the main start of it. Won't film through here. It's nothing farm, I particularly enjoy it. So I'll meet you on the other side when I'm heading through the fields. If you can hear that. Disturbed the farm dog. Lovely old boy. I suspect his bark is louder than his bite. So here we go. So, might be able to see it just on the horizon there. It's kind of the outer edges, I suppose, of the valley. So we're heading up through that. I think, I'll be wrong here, but I think they're cropped out with vines. I.e. grapes, you know, it's a vineyard. I'm not 100% sure, we'll see when we get there. But that's the start of the green track, the Charity Lane I was talking about. So, let's see how it goes. It's quite a good day for walking. It's warm, but it's not too hot. And there's a bit of a breeze just to take the edge off. So it should be nice today. I was a little bit unsure. Rabbits. A little bit unsure what to do in terms of packing equipment. I'm not big on all the high-tech outdoor gear. I used to do it years ago. I used to go up the Lake District and the peaks and so on. But for a stroll across genteel English countryside, should we say, that feels a bit excessive. So it's supposed to be dry today. But I could do with an oil. Oh God, it's sagging on the hinges. Right. Bloody hell. It's heavy. Oh, yeah, so didn't really want to go crazy, so it's supposed to be dry today. So I've got a waterproof jacket just in case. My legs will just have to suffer, I suppose, if it rains. So yeah. Right. Just, I don't know if you can see the tree line just here. But that's part of the cutting for the Maldon Railway. I think it ran in two directions. The idea was when it was originally built, which I think was the mid 1800s, 1850-ish, I think, to join up Braintree with Maldon and Maldon to Woodham Ferrers, which is now South Woodham Ferrers. So it's a bit windy. And the last trains ran on that in 1966, I think it was. It actually was earmarked for cuts as part of the beaching report, but actually fell over beforehand. Just wasn't financially viable. So we'll cross that in a minute, because I know, because I've walked this way before, that there's some old brickwork bridges and stuff. You can see the sort of embankment, if you like. But a little bit later on, we should join that up, a good few miles up. So we'll see what that's like, because we have to actually cross it several times. There is quite a long stretch of this which is set aside as a footpath, but they seem to have problems with the weather we get sometimes here. This location, it's very wet, and I think it's caused the embankments to sort of subside a bit. So you often find that the raised bank itself is closed. You can sort of walk alongside it, although it tends to be a bit of a quagmire, as I found out last time I did it. So anyway, I'll catch up with you in a minute. Right, here we are. So this, as you can see, it's part of the old rail line. And at one point, been trains running overhead here. So, all gone now. See, it's started to be reclaimed a little bit by trees. Buttress in there is falling apart. So I suppose not bad condition given the age when it was first built. Okay, you can see here's the embankment. There's a pathway that runs down the side. And blight of the countryside. Fly tip in there. Never mind. It's just mainly trees, cuttings, still terrible. Right, our footpath is just the other side of this road. So I'm just going to flip the camera. A bit of shooting going on, don't accidentally walk into any of that. Okay. Oh, so I think our footpath is over here. I have to grab the map, double check. Another busy road. Right. Let's see. Hopefully there'll be a way marker. Public bridleway. So this is the start of Charity Lane. I tried to do a little bit of digging last night without much success. I don't know where the name comes from. However, there is over west from here, not that far, mile maybe if that, workhouse, or what was a workhouse, and scanning the map I wonder perhaps if this may have been used in some way as part of that, or what do I know, for all I know could have been some young lady years ago called Charity who used this lane to go to and fro to church, to the working on land, who knows, whatever. Charity Lane. I'll do some more digging when I get home. Find anything interesting, I'll pop it up on the bottom of the screen for you, possibly in the description, we'll see. So anyway, this now runs on for a little way, crawls up out the far edge of the valley, and should hopefully give us some quite nice views of the Crouch Valley. I think it tops out about 50-55 metres up here, give or take. Not the highest spot locally, not far off. So get there, we'll have a look. I've mentioned it in some of my previous videos, but we're just on the edge here of Stowe Mary's aerodrome, which was a First World War Royal Flying Corps airfield, and alas, can't see anything of it from here. Got some brief glimpses as we went along the bridleway, along the side of it, edge of it, and so it's in disrepair as you'd expect, but they're doing a good job. It's I think it's a charitable trust that looks after it, and they're slowly but surely renovating it. And prior to coronavirus lockdown, they'd have events there and old flying machines, and sound like right old fart, First World War aircraft, you know, Sopwith Camels and all that sort of stuff. So you see them flying over the house occasionally. So this is a bridleway, still Charity Lane I believe, but just up on the other side of that tree line is where it joins St Peter's Way. So, really quiet day, only seen two other people walking their dogs. It's about 10 to 8 now, makes slightly slow progress on the way up. Mucking around filming things and trying to get shots, so hopefully we'll pick up the pace a little now. So I'll probably see you when we get to St Peter's Way. It's rather ignominious stretch of road. Is where Charity Lane intersects with St Peter's Way. So St Peter's Way passes from Chipping-Ongar end on our left here, heading right down this bit of road, then veers off left quite quickly, and that's the section that heads off towards St Peter's on the Wall. So thankfully it's only a very short stretch of road here, and we'll be back on the footpaths, and I'll see you again in a bit when we pick up the St Peter's Way proper. There it is. Almost invisible. Oh. Here we go. That's where it strikes out over open farmland. Should be a little bit more pleasant. I always hate walking down stretches of road like that. I was driving too fast. It's not enough of a verge to escape. Still, I'm away from it now. There we go. First glimpse of black water estuary there. Maldon over in the distance. You might just about be able to see, just left of the telegraph there, twin towers of Bradwell nuclear power station. Yeah, making some progress, we're getting there. Not quite 9 o'clock yet. Keep on plodding on, and I think it may be time for a short rest, fig roll and a swig of water. So here we go. See you in a bit. So here we are, Hazley Vineyards. Just a scout, skim around even the edge of the vineyard here. So this is Hazley. It's Hazley. You see there's vines here. Just up on the hill behind those houses there is a church, which is on a higher ground. It's quite a decent view around. We're not heading up there just yet. We're just going to follow the edge of the vineyard around, and then break away from St Peter's Way, take a footpath which heads up to Hazley Hall, which I've not been to before, so I don't know what it's going to be like, but it's pretty old, I think. It's got a moat and so on, so we'll see. Anyway, turned out to be a really lovely day. See you in a bit. Now I'm an old Luddite really, in many ways, but I have to say I found the Ordnance Survey app quite useful off and on, and this is one of those circumstances. My gut instinct, I think, paths always tend to follow boundary lines, on hedgerows, rivers, woods, whatever. occasionally they're just over open fields like this, and you can probably see it quite well, but there's a very thin line heading off to the hedge road there in the distance, which is the footpath. But I couldn't immediately see it when I started, and it's one of those handy ones where using the OS app on my phone, GPS, I was able to pinpoint exactly where I was and avoid making the mistake of striking out the other side of those trees there. So yeah, needs must and all that. But yeah, it's lovely day. Wind skating over the grass here. I think it's might be rye, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyway, carry on. I'm not going to be able to talk for much because of the wind. So I'll see you soon. Some classic Essex wildlife there. Alpacas. Having a stare off. Some interesting stuff there. Small graveyard cemetery attached to Hazley Hall, which is here. It'll be interesting to know how far back they go. Conscious that obviously it's a footpath, so I can't really deviate from it. It'd be fascinating to have a look. I have to see if I can find a bit of info on it. Footpath I've just come from, it's actually on the right there, just behind the dovecot. Goes immediately in front of the house. Heads off left there, which you'll see in a minute. So it feels all kinds of wrong, actually walking in front of somebody's house like that. Very odd. Anyway, let's carry on. See what's left of the moat there. No idea. It was ever genuinely for defence purposes. Wow, if it goes up there, could have been with a folly type. Artificial either way. So here we go, it's back on the path here for the small grove. I have to say it's getting a little bit tiring now. Been going quite a while. It's really lovely and pleasant. It's a nice change from staring at a computer screen all day long. There you go. Right. This is probably the footpath up here. Yeah, there is. So. I have to say, I think we've gone to quite a bit of effort to maintain the footpaths here on this bit of our land. There's some good styles. Everything's quite well signposted. You know, it's easy to get lost sometimes, but everything's marked up, so you're under no illusions. It's lovely. There you go, here we are, open fields again. I need to stop now really, somewhere. This could be as good a place as any. Perch up here maybe. Maldon's not too far away now. It's up on the brow of the hill there on the horizon. It's done pretty good really, I suppose. My legs and feet are feeling it a little bit. I think it's just say lack of activity recently. So let's have a look. Right, okay. eventually found somewhere to stop for a bite to eat. Just been putting some food away, and at the moment we're just by the disused railway line that runs from Maldon to South Woodham that I was talking about earlier. So this tree line you can see here runs all the way down there. Is the old cuttings, stroke embankments. There's actually a path that runs through the middle of those. So just having a breather and look at the map. I was a bit undecided about how far to go. I wanted to kind of sort of see how I felt. So far so good. I need to take a pair of socks off. I've got 2 pairs of socks on. Just trying to avoid blisters, but my feet are starting to swell a little bit now. It's getting hotter. And putting the miles down, so I'll take the outer pair off. Should be alright. Should give me a new lease of life anyway. And I thought I'd have a look at the map. So I'll just spin the camera and try and show you a little bit of what we've covered so far and what I'm looking to pick up. So try and do this without it blowing away. So South Woodham's off the map here. What we've done is followed the charity lane, which is a green lane I was talking about. This is St Peter's Way. It's quite circuitous, so we've gone all the way around here. Then where are we? Headed up here through the vineyards. There's a Headley Hall here, which I showed you. The graveyard was, and just over here now, just by the train track, what's left of it. So just having a little look. Maldon's up here. That's skirts of Maldon. Got St Giles Hospital on the edge there, which is an old remains of an old leper hospital. And you've then got Maldon Hall, and then a little bit further on from there, I don't know if you're about to see it, is, if it's going slowly it should stay in focus, a mound, which I take to be probably a burial mound of some sort. Which is quite interesting, it's close to Beeley Abbey there. So the way I'm feeling at the moment is I can do that distance without too much trouble, and then I can pick up these footpaths you can see running off of that to the west, which will take me all the way back over to Wood and Water, and then down hopefully to Danbury, which is just over the other side of that fold there. And then I'll get my lovely wife Jo to come and pick me up, I think. So we'll see how we go, but the mound could be incredibly unmissable, or it could be something quite interesting, I don't know. There's only one way to find out, I suppose. But you know, if you know your history around Maldon, you'll know that it was a site of a big battle between the Anglo-Saxons and the Vikings, which didn't go so well for the Anglo-Saxons. And there's quite a lot of history there, just generally, you know, salt industry, salt trade, and so on. So yeah, I think that's what we'll have a crack at and see how I feel at the end of it. Catch you in a bit.